What is going up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day today. We're going to be talking about something that is very, very important when day trading. We're going to be talking about things that I look for before I make a trade. Now, this is super, super, super important, everyone. If you pretty much get these three things that I'm going to be talking about, you should get a great idea of how to kind of filter out stocks and just get a good idea of how to, get that good idea of how to make a trade, I guess, a quality trade, I guess. Okay, so the very first thing I look for if I see a stock on the gap list or a stock that hits one of the scanner is I look for the float. Now, the float on the trade ideas scanner is labeled out so you guys can see it. But if you guys don't have trade ideas, super easy. Go to Yahoo Finance and just type in whatever stock you're looking at. So as you guys can see, we're going to be looking at FCSC right here. So this stock was gap. This stock was up 42% today, which was a great, great, great move. Now, how to find the float is it's going to be labeled out. I just got to find it. I looked here, right here, float. Okay, so now we know there's roughly 7.1 million shares out there available to trade. So with a high number of volume, this stock can easily take off. Now, when looking at the float, I will often check the where is it? The 5-minute weekly chart to realize, okay, we're above these moving averages. Okay, we're good. We're good on the 5 days. There's no resistance coming in sight. Now, realistically, you don't have to do that. You do that kind of later on, but we'll talk about that. So as I find this stock is below 20 million shares float, because that's kind of like my go-to, then I look for, okay, why is this thing up this much? So if you guys had the Thinkorswim platform, here, let's move this so you guys can see. All you got to do is just click this live news little tab here, and you'll have the news that will pop up. So, as you guys can see, there is multiple headlines for today. Now, if you don't want to do this, you guys can either go on Bazinga or pretty much any other platform out there. You guys can go on Bazinga. You guys can pull it up on Findex. It's kind of just a variety of different ways that you guys can find stuff. But since you guys can see, this thing has a ton of articles. So let's try to find the first one from today and see why this thing took off. All right. So announces collaboration with a pharmaceutical company. Right there, prime example. This stock is going to gain attention. It's going to gain volume. So with this news catalyst, we know, okay, this thing's going to have volume. It's going to have that upward pressure. Now is it good or bad news? It's good news, so that will most likely push that stock price up. So now the next thing and the third thing and the final thing that I look for is the trend. Now, if we're looking at this stock pre-market, this thing is how it's going to look. Okay, so we say, okay, this thing has a pretty hard resistance here at 295. We could get in for the break of $3. Hitting these resistance paths here using this previous resistance as some support here. It's above the moving average lines. Now this is where you kind of start getting into, is this thing a previous runner? So what I do is I mostly go on the yearly chart, pull it up, wait for it to load. Okay, so I know this thing has a previous history of running. Pretty recent actually. Went from $1.90, hit a high of 3.20. So right there, I say, okay, this thing looks pretty promising, actually. So we go back to the minute chart. Now, we're looking at this here. So the strategy I use is the gap and go. Now, the gap and go is very simple, and it takes practice, but once you understand it, it's phenomenal. So it's pretty much getting in, at pre-market highs for the break of a resistant breakout. So we know resistance here is at, that 294 area, possibly up to $3. So we could get in at 290 for that buying pressure to break through 3. So ding, 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 ding. We have this huge sell-off here. Now right here we say, okay, there's previous support here. Let's see what happens. It's breaking through all of these support lines. So pretty much if it doesn't bounce here, it's most likely going to bounce at that 250 mark here. So let's continue to go. Boom, uses that as support and just cranks it up. That's what we want. So now we could have gotten in at the pretty much at the break of that 294 area. So now, boom, it explodes. We're up. We're in profit. Start selling at 305. Start scaling out to 310. Right there, beautiful scalp trade. I'm looking for some sort of pendant flag here to break out again. Boom, easily got in for the break for the first candle to break over the highs in at 307. Start scaling out at 315. Now you might be saying, Carter, well, this is so easy because you looked at it. Well, this is a strategy that I use over and over and over again, and I have multiple live trades on it. So if you guys want to see that, you guys can go under the live trades playlist, and you guys can check them out. But so this is pretty much what I use to find stocks to trade, and things that I look for before I actually make a trade on a stock, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys learned something, and if you did, a subscribe would be greatly appreciated, and a huge thumbs up on this video. We're going to be doing these a lot more. We're going to be doing also a lot more stock breakdowns coming soon, and just a variety of different things. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Remember to always stay happy, stay positive, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And catch me tomorrow bright and early for the Trade Ideas Scanner, running free every morning. All right, peace out.